Hi, Philip Darlington here. Darlington Images, some more tips on how to best use your professional looking promotional business video. Newsletter campaigns, although at times may seem tedious, it is a very powerful way to connect with your audience. New reports have now shown that you can't underestimate the direct connect effect of a well thought out and even elegant looking email newsletter. So let's have a look at creating a custom design email stationery using your professional video.
All right, we're back. Here we are. We're going to do some work in Google again. This is going to be designing stationery, email stationery, where you can spread the word about your great promotional video. So once again, up in your Google files, we're going to be using Google Drive and we're going to be using Google Docs. So in Google Docs, let me show you what this is going to look like. This is what I'm using right now for a current email campaign, sending out the word about my tutorials, one that you're watching right now. So let's start from scratch here. We'll start with a brand new document, blank document here. And in this case, we're going to drop in about 3 or 4 rows and columns of tables. Let's start with 3. We can add more if we need to. Coming over, we've got 2 columns and 3 rows. All right. So we're going to utilize these cells again to upload our images. The first row we will merge by alternate or right-clicking and selecting Merge Cells. Inside this, I'm going to put my logo. And why don't we just use it as an upload, the logo. Use the long logo in this case. Okay, and resize it. So it's not annoying, and we're gonna put this in the center. I've got some information I want to add here, and let us tell your business story. Well, let's set a precedence here. I'm in Arial as a font, and I'm going to select all, and the future typing that I do is going to be in this font that I want, which in this case is Verdana. I'm going to give you my phone number in this email stationery and a nice following message. Wondering what to do with those great, bold, great, unbold, promotional videos. Booyah. Let's figure it out. We're going into the next one and highlighting both rows, and I believe we can edit, merge, format, align indent, line spacing, bullets, table, merge cells. Okay. So check out this email stationery tutorial. Cool, huh? Tab down and shift tab back to center, and we're going to switch this up to about a 14 font. Yeah, not big enough. Got to get my message across. 18. We're going to add more columns here. I still want a split column for a footer further down in this email. We're going to merge this, merging the cells, and in here we've got a message that I want to provide. Okay, this is not centered. This is justified left. I've bolded this. I've created a link here, a hyperlink here to show you my latest video that I'm super proud of because I was working with the mayor of Long Beach. So if you click on that, it'll take you right to it. And it's very easy to make these links. You just highlight the word that you want hyperlinked, go up to the link here, and you can type in any kind of link that you so choose. Once you've pasted it in there, click apply, and it is now hyperlink in there. Now I want to remove that link because I'm not taking you to a thesaurus study here. I want to take you to my Vimeo video of the latest promotional video that I finished, the City of Long Beach's Art Theater. So I'm selecting phrases that I want to stand out, and now I'm going to give you the animated video, which we will insert here. We're going to insert it right here in this row of merged cells. right here. We're going to create an animated GIF. So I'm going to step out of the Google Docs for a minute and we're going to go into an editing program here. So in my case, I like to use Final Cut Pro. A lot of other people use Premiere. If you don't have somebody to edit for you, edit your video wherever you got your video from, I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that you can find. Just make sure that when you get your video, promotional video made, that you have in your contract to get an animated GIF from your editor. It's very simple, very quick. What you're looking for is an element in your video that has movement to it. Not a lot of crazy movement, but you want stuff that looks like it's got in the email. When you send the email, it has animation to it. It could be a drone shot, it could be a moving shot in a car, something like that. Even this moving around right now with the hands and moving the head left and right. So be aware of that when you make your videos. You want a little bit of movement so that it catches the eye of an email, somebody who clicks on your email. So in this sense, we're going to start an in point here where the fingers are up and looking towards the camera. We're going to roll for 1 second, 1001, and that is enough movement. Maybe we want to end on the eyes like that and click an out point, okay? So I got ahead of myself though. Let's first bring in this PNG file that is in my YouTube tutorial. Is something that is called Play Me. Basically, this is what it looks like. You bring it in, you'll see it has an opacity of 10 to 20%, so it can see some of the movement that's going on behind it. And it's got a blank area here where you can enter a number. Myriad Pro is the font, and you can enter however long that video of yours is that you're sending out to people. So let's bring in that Play Me button, import, and the Play Me button comes in. We're going to drop it into the section here where we're going to be working, and I'm going to drop this guy in here, and we're going to resize it and bring it down to the base of the video, just above title safe. It seems a little dark to me, so I'm going to drop the opacity on it a little bit. See a little bit of the keyboard going on in there. And we're going to drop a title in here now. In this case, we're going to use a centered title. And we're going to go with, and we're going to use the upper title. I have a 12-minute program. I'm typing in 12 minutes. Myriad Pro is the text. The thing that's off about this is it's nice, bright and bold, as we have an opacity change in the play bar here. So the play bar, let's change the opacity on the font itself so it kind of matches in color there. That looks pretty good. I might bring it up a little bit to let it stand out. Trick of the eye and the mind. All right, so now go back to your timeline, and the top of when this title is in there, this title wants to fade in, so I'm going to move it over. I want to already be in it. And we'll go to our in point where our fingers are up, we're moving. There's an in right there, and we're going to go 1001. That's plenty of video, and do an out point. Now we're going to export that video as a file itself to the desktop. And at this point, you're done with the video editing program. You can see it exported pretty quickly. And now we're going to go into Photoshop. And Photoshop, in order to create your animated GIF, in Photoshop, you're going to file, import video frames to layers. And you go to the desktop to find that video file. Click open, and you want a selected range here. You also want this button selected, make frame animation. And I only want an area here. That's going to be about 30 frames. So let's see what layers we want to select. The top one's good. We want to bring it down to about 25 frames. So let's get rid of the first two. Clicking on frame number 1, hit the trash button, yes. Hit the trash button again, yes. And I've gotten rid of the first 2 frames. Now, if you start on frame 29, you want 26. Eyes closed, that's trashed. And the last 3, that is trashed. And the last 2, trashed. And the last one, trashed. Now, we want to resize this video, and to do that, go up to image size and remove the 2, giving it a width of 6.67. And if your constrained to proportion is selected, the chain link here, it'll automatically come down in the proper height of 3.75. All right, now you have the proper size of your animated GIF. And the last thing you want to do, the last few steps you want to do here is change the timing of each frame. In this case, it's 0.13 seconds versus 0.12. All right, so the last step here is to go export this, and you're going to export it as a Save for Web Legacy if you're in the latest version of Photoshop. Photoshop Creative Suite is what I'm using. And you're going to save it as a GIF. You're going to let it dither 100%. The amount of colors, I think a safe amount is 128, and there's your 128 chips of color. And you can see that there's a little bit of distortion here in the background, but it's not too distracting. Your looping option is save forever. Looping option is forever. Here's your image size. Let's see here. Adaptive, GIF animation, and save it. And that will be your new GIF. In my case, saved to the desktop. And you will now check it, which is easy to do, and add it to your assets folder. And here's how you check it. First of all, let's get rid of this for confusion. That's the video that was exported. And going into Safari, open file on the desktop, play 3. And there's your operating animated GIF. Does it look functional? It looks pretty functional to me. Let's insert the video here. I can click it and drag it right into place. This is an animated video. You can see it's doing its animated thing right now. Below it, I'm going to give you a video, a message, a byline of my business. It's already formatted. In this case, so I brought my animated video in. I'm going to put a message below it. I'm going to format that message. I want it highlighted as a byline, and I'm going to drop the color so it's not quite hitting you in the face. This is an off shade of gray, and this whole section, well, the video animation I want to be centered, and my byline I want to be justified to the left. Okay, moving on, which is about finishing your email stationery. In a previous email, I showed you how to make a email signature, and in this case, you can bring it right in. We'll go right in this section here. So merge the cells. So I'm going to put my cursor at the end of the last icon, go up and then to the left, selecting the whole table, and I'm copying all of this content. Then I'm going back to the document we were working on here and open it. Command V on the Apple or up in the menu, edit, paste, and now that is in place. We're going to shrink this animation just a little bit so it doesn't dominate the page so much, and it gives us room for our footer. Footer's not quite there yet. This text is, it's not that large. This is probably giving us too much grief, so we're going to bring it down in font, still get the message across, and we brought our icons back up. All right. Okay. So this is kind of looking like I want to, with the exception of the borders. So you remember how we did borders in the previous email. You're going to select the table, and starting with the cursor to the right of the first part of the table, go all the way up. You go up to the outline formatting, and 0 points is what you want. But I do want to make a statement here, a divider between some of these sections. So we're going to go to this one and we're going to select it. Hold the shift key if it's a merged row, and we're going to raise the height to 1 point and make sure that the border color is highlighted in black. Now here we are on the line above it. Holding the shift key, we've got 2 sections here, changing to the border width to 0.1 and making sure that it is a black color selection. All right, that is looking pretty slick to me. I can type in the person I'm writing to here in the hi column, and I still want to give myself some area to create borders between the video and the video message. So click and then shift key to do the 2, or you can just do them individually. We've got a 1 point border here. Now, that to me looks like a good email stationery. Now, here's a tricky thing. It's animating. Okay, so it's animating, and what you need to do. So what you need to do is go to the video that's on your YouTube channel and grab that URL, that share link. Okay, copy that, and back to the animation that you just selected. Put the cursor to the right of it. Hold the shift key down, move to the left, and now you see that the animated GIF has been selected. Hit the link icon, and now you can paste the link to the video. And that's the whole secret behind this mess. And we're done. Now I'm going to show you how to bring this over into writing a new email. Okay? So the way that works, if you're in an email client like Outlook or Mac Mail or Thunderbird, you're going to select all of this. And in the example of Mac Mail, you're going to write a new email. Make sure the signature selected is none, because we created a signature in this template, and paste. So now you have your email template. Hi Joe, here's a cool tutorial. stationary tutorial. Save as stationary. Stationary tutorial. Create your subject line, and let's save it as stationary in this case. Okay. And now we can write our message to whoever we're talking to. Hi, Joe, and I'm going to send this to myself as a test. Okay. And there you have it. It's animating. It's looking good. Well, that's it. Hope you had fun. And if you have any questions or want additional tips on how to use video to promote your business, please don't hesitate to send me a note on what you want covered, especially on this YouTube channel that I'm building. So be sure to subscribe and check out the links below in the description referenced in the video, such as the PNG file that I made for you. Now, in a future video, I'm going to cover how best to use email clients like Microsoft Outlook, Mac Mail, and Thunderbird. I'm also going to cover using email campaign platforms such as Constant Contact, MailChimp, and Benchmark Email. These programs and platforms make it convenient to make a compelling newsletter campaign via email, as well as track and keep track of interest and engagement. See you later.